We are live.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you joined us today.
We were both being polite. We didn't know who should start, but you should start.
No, we're just waiting for you, actually. We're glad you're joining us. Last week, we had such a good time together with you live, talking about all the different makeups and getting ready together and what we do and all those different things. But Stephanie had this great idea to talk about the things we use every day, products that we use from all kinds of different things.
Yeah, like we wanted to just show you what our favorite products are every day. Obviously, the Bible, but these are more like beauty related. So that's what we wanted
related.
to. Yes, or health related.
Yeah. So here we go with my first favorite. Is I use on my face this mineral cocktail every day. Now, it's like water in your hand, but it feels so good. My face is very dry naturally. But as I've gotten older, it doesn't show dry because I use so many good products. So even though I'm still going to always be dry skin because I use the right products, I don't have the trouble. Now, this was a nano delivery mineral cocktail, and so I just put it in my hand, and it's like, it looks just like water. And
like
then,
gel.
It can be a gel. And then I just pat it on my face, I pat it on my neck, I pat it all over, and I start my day that way, even before I have my coffee.
Yeah, no, that works for all skin types because like I told you, I'm very sensitive, a combo skin, oily in my T-zone, and normal around. So, and I'm acne prone, and that's actually known for because it has colloidal silver. It actually kills the bacteria on the surface of your skin, so it's really good for both of our skin types. I love that too.
It is. I use it morning and night.
I use it too every
Sometimes
day.
if I'm
And there are a lot of products we both like. So for instance, like Leanne's products, I like them too. But she has them, so I was like, she'll take that.
I did. I ran with Leanne's products. In fact, my second one is the cleanser, and I use this morning and night too. I just love her cleanser because it's light. It's not heavy. Yeah. It's not real oily, and her products are all natural. So I really like Leanne's
and
products.
It's hydrating for your skin type.
Very hydrating for my skin type, and not over. I don't like heavy stuff.
Yeah, we have DJ, Sharon, and Celinda. How are you, ladies? I want to hear what your guys' favorite products are too. So down below, just type out like some of your favorite products. It's probably going to click while we're talking about our products. They'll probably remember. I want to know what you guys like too, because I'm the type of personality, I like to try other people's products as well.
That's true. You are very much experimenter.
I love
research.
Yeah, I love research, And people ask me a lot of times what I use with this, so I just want to make sure I'm like very informative and give them the right,
That's
answer.
True.
Well, you did skincare, so I'll do skincare. So I love Truth Treatment Systems. It is beyond my favorite skincare line. It is medical grade and it is pure. Like I said, I'm very into nutrition and organic, and that's just my field. So I was looking for a skincare product that didn't have fillers. And for me personally, if I'm going to buy a skincare product, I want to make sure that I'm getting what I pay for. So for instance, the majority, probably 99% of your skincare products, if you turn around at the label, it's going to say number 1. So they have to label it from the first ingredient is the most potent ingredient in that skincare. So you'll see behind the label, it'll say water. So literally you're paying all this money for just water. Versus this is, his name's Ben Fuchs. He's actually a pharmacist, and he helped a lot of people with skin issues. That was like his specialty. So he realized this whole marketing in the industry was just so false, and he was like, you know what, I'm going to start this. And he actually dedicated his time to burn victims. So all of his stuff is even okay for burn victims.
That's why it's medical grade.
It's medical grade. And so I always tell everyone who texts me about skincare, 2 things you should be on is vitamin C and retinol. If you want to look amazing for a very long time, retinol should be your best friend. Vitamin C, you have to find the right one, because for me, for instance, it breaks me out if I don't have the right one. His line actually the only vitamin C that gives me 0 reaction.
And you're talking vitamin C you're putting on your skin, not taking.
Exactly. And so the retinol, he actually has a point. So most people, they do called tretinoid over the pharmacy, which is very bad for your body. It's actually very toxic for your body. He does a retinol, but in an organic way, and he has different levels. So when you go and you hear people like, oh, I started to peel, I was so dry, retinol, you're not using the good retinol. This, for instance, he puts it in different levels. So he has a 0.5, that's where I started off, a 0.5%, and you don't peel. You'll peel probably the first time after 2 weeks, where if you've tried tretinoid, it destroys the skin barrier.
I won't even use it.
No, it won't. And this is a 1%, and it's actually super moisturizing for your skin. So this, I will take wherever we go. It helps with fine lines and wrinkles. It helps with acne. It helps with pigmentation. It helps in so many different areas.
I've got to get me some of that.
It's amazing. And the nice thing is, so the bigger bottle is more expensive because, like I'm saying, you're getting what you pay for.
Right.
Also, I've had this product for 2 years.
Wow.
And if you see, I'm barely hitting halfway.
Wow.
So
and you use it almost every day?
Every day. And I put it from literally décolleté all the way up. And I'm generous about it. And he actually has a spray that's like a mineral spray.
Oh, that's
and
good.
you mix it in because if you want your skincare product to be driven into your skin, water is your best friend.
Amen.
So that's why
But you're glad not to have it in here. You don't want to be paying for it.
Exactly.
You add it.
So he has like a little trace mineral spray. You put a little bit on your hand and you just spray it, you rub it, and you put it together. The nice thing too is, and this is how you know his heart, is he has trial sizes. So you're not paying $100 and something for something like, I know I've been a victim of that, is buying something and it breaks me out or my skin doesn't agree and I'm so upset. Versus him, he's like, I'm so confident in my product, I will give you a trial version that's only $30 and try it out.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah, I've been the great recipient of the many products that you've bought that broke you out. Because they don't break me out.
Because like I said, she's like the perfect skin. Like I could put dirt. Like I always say that. I'm like, I hate you for that reason. And hate's such a strong word, but you have no idea how much I've struggled for my skin.
Well, your skin's beautiful. So it's working.
Now,
It's
after
working.
I tried to look like you.
Oh, it's working. You are a beautiful girl, and your skin is beautiful. DJ says her favorite is Lime Life Face Care. That's what she loves.
Ooh, what? Tell me, what products do you like from that line?
And then Celinda loves the L'Oreal Revitalift. That's the pure hyaluronic acid serum.
Oh, Celinda, you and me are best friends. I tell every person, any skin type you are, hyaluronic acid is your best friend. During summer, when I'm already oily and I'm even oilier in the summer, a hyaluronic acid will be my moisturizer.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? I think, did you tell me that is in this gel primer? I'm not sure if you did.
I know it's in the Too Faced foundation that I was telling you about. Yeah.
I can't remember. This is one of the things I use every day. And since we're kind of in the skincare area, this is my Nuface device.
I love it too.
It's amazing. The kids gave me this for my birthday, February the 15th, and I started using it immediately.
Right.
And everybody has asked me lately, what are you doing to your skin? And basically, this is the one thing that I changed. I added this February the 15th, and it said in 6 months, you'll see a real difference. I think I saw a difference quicker than that. But it's a microcurrent device. This one happens to be the larger, for your larger muscles. And then I went ahead, and I'm loving it so much that I went ahead and got the one that does for the fine lines around your mouth and your eyes. And then I think this might be my favorite because you don't have to use any kind of gel with this one. So when I get up in the morning and I'm studying to do the live Bible study that I do every day, I spend my time listening to the Word and reading the Word and doing this one. And this is the head attachment. It's basically, this is like a little computer, and you just pop this little head off, and then you put the head on this one. And this is the one for the red light therapy. And I love it. You feel nothing, absolutely nothing. It doesn't hurt. Now you say that's relative, but
the microcurrent is. It depends how sensitive your nerves are.
And you have to use the gel. Even I have to use the gel for it. This happens to be the newest gel that they have, and it's a gold primer. And you can leave it on all day. So if I'm going to put makeup on that day, I don't use this one. I have to take off the primer. I use the gold primer. And you put it on with a brush, which is so nice. You don't get too much.
Yeah.
And it just goes on with a little brush. And then you can use your microcurrent. But it's probably not going to be thick enough for you.
I don't know. Yeah, because
I think you would feel it. Yeah, I think you would feel it. But I really love this, and so putting the different heads on has been a great gift. This was my Mother's Day present to myself. I bought these extra heads.
I like
for
the
me.
way you think.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you got to take care of yourself,
Yeah.
right? So this is just a little red light therapy, and I love it. So when you put it on your face, it gets really, really bright red. And then, but you know, I'm not looking at it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, and then, so that's my favorite thing I use every day. I thought when I first got it, I was like, oh, I'll use it whenever. I use it every day. It's almost like therapy for me because it calms me down.
And the other thing that I was telling her about, not only is red light therapy amazing for your skin, it's amazing for inflammation. So there are different lines. There's blue and red, and they work for different things. So the blue one, if she got a blue light, it would be for acne prone skin, where the red one is fine lines and wrinkles. But also the red LED therapy, you should look into it. That's why if you've noticed, they have infomercials, but it's a real thing. My uncle actually got this. It's like a scalp pat, and they have red light therapy in it. It activates your cells to work. No, it's your cells to work.
Wow.
And that's why when people have like arthritis and you go to like a chiropractor or with a kinesiologist, they'll put you immediately after your therapy with red light therapy. Red light therapy is amazing. It's the hottest thing right now.
It's working.
It's good.
It's working. My mom uses it when she goes to the chiropractor. They put the red light therapy on her and they just do treatment after treatment, trying to get her out of pain. So it's really doing well. DJ says it's by Alcone. I use the I can't even read that Saje mushroom moisturizer and the one drop wonder.
Oh, I'm gonna look into that. Thank you.
And then Celinda said my friend from Colorado told me about it. And she loves it.
Oh, yeah, because she's in like a dry climate, so it would be her best friend.
That's true. And then Sarah has joined us.
Hi, Sarah.
We love you. She said, I love anything with Dead Sea salt in it.
Oh, yeah.
It helps with all types of skin issues, creams, facial washes, and for baths. Leaves skin super soft. Oh, that's something I should have grabbed.
Yeah.
Was the scrub we both like.
I know. My daughter's godmother, Judy O'Leary, we love her with all our heart. She and I, that's what we talk a lot about is products. And so she gave us this scrub, and it's phenomenal.
And I use it on I can't put a lot of products on my legs, so I use that scrub.
I know. I was going to put that in here, but I was like, I don't know what to do. So I will, if we do skincare products, I'll definitely have that in there.
We can do that for sure then. Okay, great. Everybody's, hi, Sharon. Thanks for joining us. If you have a skincare you love and you want to share that with us all, that would be awesome. One thing, another thing that I use daily, and I just grabbed this particular one, is vitamins. I take vitamins every day, and I have for years and years and years. This is a particular vitamin for the eyes, and I'm not saying that God healed me because I took care of my eyes, but I am saying that I held off. My mom had, and God healed her, but my mom had macular degeneration, where you lose your sight and you get a big black hole. And she went to that point after my dad died, and over a couple of years, God healed her. But the doctor told her, take your Ocuvite vitamins with lutein.
Wow, I've never heard of that. That's good, I know.
And it needs to be with lutein, and it's the lutein that causes your eyes, the aging to reverse.
Wow.
And so I've taken these for years.
I'm going to try that for sure.
It's a great way to protect your miracles.
So Linda said, I use products that are made in the USA. I agree with that. Amen. Morgan said, have you looked into gua sha tools? Yes, I have. Gua sha tools are very driven by marketing. So there's no scientific evidence saying it's beneficial. But if you're talking about lymphatic drainage, yes, that is a tool that definitely is really good for lymphatic drainage.
That's good. And lymphatic, my favorite massage is a lymphatic massage.
Yeah, so they have gua sha tools, and you literally pull the fluid away, like so when you wake up and you're puffy. It's really good for that. But their marketing is saying that, oh, it's so good for fine lines. There's no scientific evidence
But
for
it's
that.
good for other things.
It's very good for you need lymphatic drainage.
Absolutely.
It's huge, if you had cancer, and for anybody really.
That's when I really learned about lymphatics. The lymphatic system is when I had cancer, because no matter what you do, no matter what you take, your lymphatic system wants to hold on to everything.
The toxins.
And you have them in the oddest places sometimes you don't realize, but they run like a drainage system. So like many times I've worked on your neck and head, especially after you had the brain tumor. And I would always start down here, and you're like, it doesn't hurt down there. But that's the bottom drainage. So I would open this one and then come back up. Because you want your drain to always be flowing and throwing the toxins out. And then if you rub your legs, always rub toward your heart. If you rub your arms, always rub toward your heart. Everything's to go toward your heart, because otherwise you're causing your lymphatic system to run backwards. Yeah. So I learned all that from cancer.
So then Mom did 2, and then so I'll do 2. So now we're getting real close and personal. You're going to know what goes in my mouth, okay? So I put these together because it kind of goes together. This is called a tongue scraper. So you can see it's stainless steel. They have plastic ones that you can buy at the drugstore. They're actually not scientifically proven to do that much other than stop bad breath. But the reason why I do a stainless steel or copper, those are the 2 materials that you can use it really well. It helps tremendously with digestion. So when you wake up in the morning, you know how you have that coating on your tongue? If you scrape that off, that's all the toxins your body's pushing out of its system and has that layer. That's why a lot of people think it's just bad breath. It's not. It's a ton of toxins. So when you go and drink a cup of water, or let's say you're brushing your teeth and you spit it out, those toxins are still attached to your tongue. So then when you drink a cup of water, guess what? Those toxin goes right back in. So your body's way to fight is, come on, let's take this all out of your system. And you're like, no, let's just drink it back inside.
Let me just swallow it.
So it's huge. That's why I do a stainless steel tongue scraper. It's amazing for digestions. Like I said, it's amazing for toxins, amazing for bad breath, amazing if you have dental issues. Phenomenal. If you have receding gum lines, all of that plaque, it's so good. And I do it with this essential oxygen rinse, organic, again, like I'm telling you, brushing rinse. So this is all clean ingredients, and not only does it brighten your smile, so it's really good for whitening, but it has a lot of essential oils, and I am a big believer of essential oils, and it really helps detox your mouth and your tongue.
Oh, yeah.
So Roman and I became iridologists, and we got the certificate, and what they teach you is your eyes, your tongue, and your nails. That is how you can see the body system. So I am a huge believer in this. I've noticed a tremendous difference in my health, really. They say even, especially if you have like a cold or a virus, or during what's going on right now, it's so good, because when you have a virus and you have all that snot and everything, all that virus is laying on your tongue. So you want to make sure you scrub
and
it all off.
dripping on your tongue. Yep. Well, that was one of the things, Michelle Alvarez, who is a nurse and working through COVID, and one of our friends, if she's not here, she's working. She told me that she comes in, because I said, what do you do about your kids? You come in every day after working around COVID-19 patients. She said, well, I strip down in the garage, and in the garage, I completely clean my ears, my nose, and my mouth, because so many things hide in the ears, nose, and mouth. So I thought that was great advice. Yeah. So we started doing that. We haven't really gone out much.
You especially do that in general.
I do. I'm a mouth girl.
And nose and ears.
Oh my gosh, I'm constantly using the little nasal clean. Yeah. And some people are like, but I love the way that makes me feel, because I'm getting rid of everything I need to get rid of. And I don't ever plan on having cancer again. So what's your other one?
My other one would be a pillowcase. I didn't want to bring a huge pillow because the size of my pillow is probably bigger than 2 of our heads.
You do use
I'm very pillow. Extra. Like, when I travel, like, I could not do what Mom does. First off, I've seen in the places they send her, and it's like, you're very low maintenance. Even though she's so pretty, you think she'd be high maintenance, but she's very low maintenance. You're talking to this one who brings this ginormous pillow everywhere they go.
I could not do that.
Because I need to be on the right pillow. And it's not so much the pillow, even though it kind of is, but I don't want to sound like that. But it's the pillowcase. The pillowcase is, I don't have it with me, so it's on the screen right now. And it's the brand called Celestial Silk. So this brand is very important because, like I said, marketing is what people are like, ooh, silk pillowcase is so amazing. So they just Google silk pillowcase. It's not that. You're getting tricked into false marketing. It's about the thread that's in the pillowcase that gives you all those advantages. So for your hair, it's amazing because, you know, when you wake up and your hair is like all crazy, they call it bedhead. With a silk pillowcase, you can wake up like you just had a blowout that night, you know? Or for your fine lines or wrinkles, you're not squishing. There's no friction between that. For skincare, like I said, I don't know how you sleep. Mom sleeps like a mummy over here like this. I don't sleep like that. I am like on my belly, like everything moving. I'm just not the most beautiful sleeper. But the reason I have the silk pillowcase is because I invest so much money on my skincare that when you put it on a regular pillowcase, you're just putting all your product on your pillowcase where you're not getting any benefits, where a silk pillowcase does not do that. Woo! That was a lot of information there.
But it's good. It is so good. I have been using a silk pillowcase for years, and I get up. I take it on the road too, which I don't take much on the road with it.
No, you don't. She's like a little Ziploc.
I don't take much on the road because I live on the road and they've lost so many things. I just pull my one little pull bag on the plane, and if I'm gone for a weekend or 3 weeks or a month, everything goes in the little pull bag.
Low maintenance.
But the pillowcase, I do fold it up and put it in because I don't know what has been on that pillow the night before in the hotel. So I always do that. But a lot of times when we're on the road, I have to jump up and go to work. I have to jump up and be ready to go. So that's when I am so thankful for the silk pillowcase. I do try to sleep like a little mummy, but that's because I learned from my friend Joyce Villalobos, who looks like she's 20, and she's about my age, and she said all of her life she sleeps on her back so that her wrinkles
it's true
all
that's
go backwards.
A proven thing.
It is proven.
Yeah.
And so I've tried really hard to do that.
I know, it's true. And you have like hardly no lines on your neck, where I'm like I said, a side sleeper or a tummy sleeper, so I have a lot more fine lines on my neck because I'm like
it does make a difference.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah.
It sounds like that wouldn't work, but it really does, because we get what we get in our wrinkles from how we hold ourselves, from how we stand. Of course, gravity plays a part. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but we don't want to aggravate gravity. That's right, with a lot of friction.
All right, your next one.
Okay, well, since you mentioned essential oils, I grabbed my Thieves spray. I love this. I out of all my essential oils, I love the frankincense. I love different things when I'm praying for people and anointing them, but this one is my favorite. And I carry this everywhere, in my purse, in my pull bag, everywhere I go. When I'm preaching, it's on the platform with me, because if I get a dry throat, right down my throat, I know it's killing and helping everything. And I've sprayed it up my nose. I've put it in my ears when I felt like I was getting a virus or something. And then I also spray it on my hands. And I use it as a disinfectant. And so
it smells so good to me.
It smells good. Yeah. It's such a nice scent that, you know, when you do that, you're not going to bother. Like, my husband is very nose sensitive to smell. And if someone does...
he has allergies. Really
he does.
Allergies.
And so things really can set him off, like in a plane, for instance, or in a car. And so he doesn't mind this, and so he's my test. Yeah. If it doesn't mind,
that's true.
I'm not going to bother anybody else with it. So I love the Thieves spray. And I have the gel, too, for the disinfectant, but the spray is my friend forever.
Well, I'm going to do essential oils, too, because that is one of my top. Is I don't really know how you pronounce this. You're better at that than I am.
Sage.
Right, Sage. I thought it was Sage, but I don't know. But it's this brand called Saje, and it's called Peppermint Halo. So I suffer a lot from like headaches, obviously before the brain surgery, but still to this day, it's more tension headaches because of my kids, not so much like problematic tension, you know.
Right.
So
Now I'm more just like asleep.
yeah. So this is amazing. Actually, my little cousin was with me too, and she had a horrible headache, and she suffers from headaches. And I was like, here, try this. So it's called Peppermint Halo, and what you do is literally, I will show you because I love this scent. And every time I put this on, it was at one of your Woman of Worth meetings. I put it on my board, and it was like, just keep hugging me. It's so good. I'm a big advocate for this. It's for headaches, so you put it like right back here. And the reason why they call it Peppermint Halo is because you want to put it like a halo. Mm-hmm. So definitely here, and if you can smell it. It's amazing. But when you have a headache, it really calms down the headache. And they've actually proven that peppermint essential oil is equivalent to I think 2 or 3 leaves.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing.
It's scientifically proven.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think if I used to get headaches a lot as a younger girl, I would get them back here, and I would take the peppermint oil and I would roll it in the back of my skull line.
Yeah.
And just, of course, that's where a lot of lymphatic system is too.
Yeah.
So that would help drain that lymphatic system and take the headache away. Anything to not have to take a pill. Right. You know, anytime you can get away with a cure without taking a pill. That's why the red light therapy is so amazing.
Yes.
You know, it's something that is not going to harm you. Now, here's just a little simple something that you might say, what in the world? This I was introduced to by my daughter-in-law.
I know. I was going to put that in mine, too.
You knew I was going to use it.
Well, I was going to have it if you didn't.
This is just a straight edge razor. And I have to say, I had a friend years ago, a beautiful Lebanese friend from Daytona Beach area. And she told me she said, I exfoliate my face and neck every day with a straight edge razor. And at the time, it went right over my head. I wasn't thinking about it. I was in my 40s. And you reintroduced that and the minute you told me about it, I thought about my beautiful friend Susie, who looks amazing. So this is a straight edge. Now, when I went into menopause 20 years ago, I began to get, I am Indian, so I don't have a lot of hair anywhere on my body except my head. But when I went into menopause, and it didn't really happen the first 10 years, but the last 10, I began to notice a little peach fuzz. And it was white. Nobody could see it, but I could see it.
And your makeup.
And it showed much worse when my makeup was on. It was fine if I didn't have makeup on, but if I put makeup on, it kind of picked it up.
Yeah.
So you introduced this to me because I was going and getting my face threaded, which you also introduced me to. But that is, for me, was a little bit painful and inconvenient.
And irritated your skin.
It did. And waxing is totally out of the question.
Yeah, you break it in hives.
I do. It's just, I don't know what, that doesn't work for me. So this was a great alternative. I just always keep a fresh one, and I found them by the hundreds on Amazon. So that's why I use a fresh one every time. Yeah. And so I just get rid of it, throw it away. But it not only gets all that little fine hair off of your whole face. I've even used it in here if I needed it. I don't have much hair in there, but and then here but here especially where I had that little peach fuzz, I do my neck and everywhere. Yeah. And then it takes off the dead skin.
It does.
Which is fantastic. Something you're not expecting. And I actually went online and started watching, and a lot of the wonderful estheticians use this.
It's called dermaplaning.
Dermaplaning, thank you. And so it's working great. So now I'm doing my own dermaplaning. Planing.
At a smaller level because it's more. The myth back then, because now skincare is such a big deal, where 20, even 40 years ago, skincare wasn't a big deal. Right. Also, if you think 20 or 40 years ago, you didn't eat the stuff that we eat now. You weren't exposed to the radiation as we are to now. There's a lot of things that have changed that now we're realizing is affecting your skin. Right. So back then they thought, well, if you shave your face, it's only going to grow back thicker. Well, no, that's proven that that's not right. So they actually recommend you now to do this before your skincare because it gets driven down because you have a dead layer of skin every time. If you look into how much you shed, of dead letter cells, it's a lot. So they actually recommend you doing this and then your skincare. And I've noticed that with like, if I use salicylic acid, like if I have a breakout or something, and then I do this, it's like, oh, okay, didn't feel that normally, but with that I do, because literally it's baby skin that's just open and it's driven into it. So I do love that for that reason. And before makeup is amazing too, because like she said, she has blonde hair, and like the foundation would turn darker because of the baby hairs.
Right.
And not only that, like if you have an issue with your bronzer or your blush, like a lot of people, they have like that patch where they can't get that foundation or that bronzer or that blush. It's probably because you have a lot of dead skin cells on that, and that would help.
Oh, and that's the first thing I noticed, was that my face looked brighter the minute I started using it. So what you're doing is you're getting rid of the dead skin cells that makes your face look dull.
Yes.
Even when you put your makeup on and you do everything you can to brighten it up, you still look dull. Well, if it is dull to begin with, there's no amount of makeup that's going to fix that. So this is a great starter. And I don't use it every day, but I do use it 3 or 4 times a week.
Colby says, now that I actually do, works wonders. Colby, seriously, I'm so proud of you to making this video. It makes our days. And it's so funny when people are sounding off. It makes our, it's not a podcast, our live humorous.
Yeah,
so
does.
I really appreciate that.
And you're so good to hang in there. I told him this morning during the live Bible study, I said, we will be doing this. I really want you to join us.
Yeah. And then Celinda said, Stephanie, can you post the products at the end? Absolutely. I will definitely do that. Dean, you say, I've seen you do that. I thought it was a breath spray.
Oh, yeah, my Thieves. Yeah, it's wonderful. And then another thing that I use, and you're going to laugh when I show you this, but this is a lifesaver for me, is I use earplugs. Yeah. From the moment I lay down until I get up, I keep my earplugs in. And part of it started because I live in hotels and I needed to rest. And so I would put them in just so I didn't hear the elevator and the maids going by and people walking and talking and so on and so on. But now I can't sleep without them. Even in a silent room, I need them in my ears because it just helps me, I laughingly say, helps me go into the secret place and kind of tune the world out. Plus, Harry likes to keep the TV on, and so it helps me tune that all out so I can go on to sleep.
Okay, so Mom did 2, then I'll do 2 quick ones. So this is my Benefit Air Eyebrow Pencil, the one that I did on the last live with Get Ready With Me. This is called the Micro Pencil. So it's if I open it and I wind it up, you'll see how tiny that product is, where a lot of eyebrow products are as thick as this, and it's like if you do one wrong stroke, you're gonna look like a chola here. So like we don't want chola eyebrows here, you know.
I like that.
And so
big caterpillars, that's what I call them.
And so I do this one because I have a lot more control of what happens to my eyebrows. Not only that, if there's a mistake, it's only a tiny mistake, and it's way more precise, and that's why they call it Precisely My Eyebrow Pencil.
Oh, I love it. So this has a tiny little pencil on this end, and then you brush with this
Yes. And then the other thing
you should tell us where you get them to.
Oh, you can get them anywhere. If you want a drugstore version of this, I think it's the NYX Micro Pencil too. I will put the drugstore version if you're on a budget, or if you want to splurge, because I use eyebrow pencil, like I said, every day. So I'm going to have that on. The second one, really quick, is the MAC Fix Plus Spray. If you like beauty, this is a cult favorite. This will make your skin look phenomenal at the end of the day. Like I said, I'm going to be like a broken record. I have oily skin. I use this because it gives you that healthy glow to your skin. It makes your skin look like skin. Also, a lot of people who use powder, you could see the powder and it looks really cakey. Mm-hmm. And this will melt the powder literally into your skin, where it looks like your skin, not the powder.
Oh, I like that.
So that's really good when dry seasons. I use it dry, wet, whatever.
Is it a spray?
It is. It's intentional to make your makeup pretty much go into your skin so it looks more natural. And second off, it's to keep your makeup on longer.
Oh, good. Good. For me, I could wear it a week.
And I even do this. This spray, I'm telling you, like I've gone through bottles and bottles and bottles. I'll even get an eyebrow pencil if you like glitter or metallic eyeshadows like I do, and you want like more pigmentation. What I'll do is I'll get the little eyebrow pencil and spray this on, and then touch that eyeshadow and then applicate it, and it's amazing. So then it's
what it can stay on.
Really not so much stay on, but it's way more pigmented.
Oh, really?
Yes.
There again, something moist.
Yes.
To go with the product.
Right.
So it activates it in a sense. Oh, that's great. Do you have anything else?
Your turn.
Okay. All right. I want to talk about this little $2 or $3, maybe even not that, from Sally's Beauty. It's a three toothed, 3 rows of teeth in this little comb. Now, because I don't wash my hair all the time because I don't have any oil, sometimes, and my hair's thick and heavy, it gets flatter instead of bigger. Where curly hair gets bigger, straight hair gets flatter. And so many times when I don't want to wash my hair, like today is the 7th day, I use this to I pull up one layer, just a little bit of back comb, and roll it back down, and it gives me a little lift. And you can do this kind of thing too, but it won't stay.
Yeah.
This will
Here,
stay.
try it on my hair so they can see, because teasings are really hard. I mean, she's done it for a long time, but for me, I can't tease because
when you grow up with it too, that helps. So you just go right at the root. You don't tease from the end. You just tease right here at the root. And I would probably not even start with the top layer. I usually leave a top layer of hair and then tease underneath. So the top layer just comes right back down, and all of a sudden now it's fuller.
Yeah.
It's not as flat against your head, but you don't want it to look teased. That's why I like this comb. You want it to look like it is naturally just fuller.
So Linda, hi Shadi, I saw you were on. I love you so much.
We love you, Shadi.
So Linda said, explain chola. Google chola. I don't want to explain chola, but I can say it because I'm Mexican, okay?
Okay.
But, just Google it.
I can't explain it. So.
Yeah.
I've been told not to say it. That's the only thing.
So the spray that I was talking about was the Mac Fix Plus. So then the next thing I will go to is this amazing thing I cannot travel without. But pillowcase in this, man, I sound so high maintenance here, but this is phenomenal. Google double cleansing. Everyone should double cleanse if you are wearing makeup, if you are wearing skincare, if you are wearing sunscreen. Double cleanse is huge for your skin. So
one dip cleanse takes off the makeup. The second one cleanses your skin.
A double cleanse is either you start with an oil or a microfiber cloth. Mm-hmm. It's not double cleansing like the title.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
So I did the oil, but it got expensive to constantly buy. Clinique has a take away balm. It's phenomenal. But it gets expensive. Like, I don't want to be spending all that money on products. And so what it does is it takes off all your makeup before you actually cleanse. So it breaks it down. Because, a lot of people, you'll realize, like, you'll wash your face, but then if you get a towel, you see that they're still brown. Mm-hmm. Doesn't do anything. Well, this face halo is amazing. So they used to make it in white. I have both versions, but the black one's better because you don't want to see all that gunk that comes out of it. It's like,
better
it's
not
not appetizing just hanging in the sink when it says. So what you do is you do warm to hot water on this, and you literally, I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm brave enough.
You want to wait till the
maybe
very
at the very end, or I'll put it on my hand at the very end, and it literally wipes up everything. They've done it with an orange, where they put makeup and they put the makeup on the orange peel, and it goes into the pores of the orange, and then they wash it with soap and water, but you still see the makeup in the pores of the orange, and then they do a microfiber cloth which hits all the pores. Wow. And it's the same cloth that they like wax cars with. Like,
wow.
So
that's amazing.
It's known. It's called a face halo. I've tried a lot of microfiber cloths. This one by far is my favorite because it has a little hook so you can hang it dry. You can toss them in the wash and reuse it, so you're helping the environment. But for me, it was a cost thing. I needed something like that. And now they actually have body versions of this, so it's like this big. So like if you have back acne or arm acne, it's because you're probably not cleansing all the way through. So you would just put that and make sure it's completely cleansed. I do it for my kids because, like I said, they have eczema and super sensitive skin. So the last thing I want to do is grab a loofah or a towel to wash them off with. Right. So I'll grab this just with warm water and just wipe it off on their little skin.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so the maker of this is
Face Halo.
Face Halo.
And she's actually was a YouTuber. And she realized there is something in the market, and she's all about organic nutrition, and she didn't want all those chemicals on her face. And she said, I'm going to make my own product where there's 0 chemicals, and it doesn't hurt the environment.
So smart. So smart. Well, another thing that I love to use is, and I, mostly because I've been going blonde over the last 20 years, and now I'm blonder than ever, and I find when I do television particularly, or we do videos, and I do my up-close ones, especially in the mornings, I still have little flyaway hairs that no matter how much hairspray I put on my hand and bring it down, in a few minutes it pops right back up. So I found this dart, and a makeup artist at TBN actually told me about it. I came home
need that.
And ordered it right away.
Okay, so tell me what you do.
Well, you just take it, and for instance, especially now that my hair is a week old, I don't have it as much. But right here, especially where I have little new hair and it won't lay down, you just take it and you just barely touch it. And it goes right down. And if you have flyaways, you just take it and you just barely touch it.
So that's genius.
Isn't that genius? And so you're not putting an extra lot of product on your hair.
Love it.
It'll last you forever. I mean, I've had this for a year, and I use it every day.
Yeah, I love it.
So you can just do every little tiny flyaway, and you don't have to add a lot of extra hairspray. It's almost stopped me from wearing hairspray.
Wow.
Because I basically realized I wore hairspray to get rid of the flyaways.
That's amazing.
Yeah, isn't that great?
So I'll do hair since you're doing hair. This is the Unite 75-second detangler leave-in conditioner. So this is, I've had this on, like I've used this for years and years and years and years. Unite is like the higher ends hair salons use Unite. It's amazing. Actually, my daughter uses it. She has the most amazing hair. My daughter has phenomenal hair.
Talk about hair envy.
Yeah, she's hair envy. They actually always ask me like if I dye it or something. Like, no, it's just her hair, you know. But my daughter and I both use this. It has a bunch of benefits. It obviously detangles, and it detangles in 7 seconds. But it's good for ultra fine hair to thick. So I needed a product. Like, I've had detangling products afterwards, but they're so heavy that my hair just looks super flat. Yeah. This is not like that. It's really good if you color your hair often. It's really good if you go swimming, you have all that chlorine in your hair. Anything that's any kind of hair, this is amazing. And trust me, like,
and it's not heavy.
It's not,
because that's a big deal for me with straight hair. You know,
it moisturizes your hair. I dye my hair. If you looked at my past pictures, I've been every color under the rainbow. You know, so my hair should be fried, and it's not. And I do really say it's because of the leave-in conditioner, which is this.
That is so good. That is so good. I'm gonna get me some of that, because my hair never tangled because it's straight until I started blonding it. And now, because the hair is not in as good a condition because of dyeing it, it tangles, which it never did. So I won't even use a brush or a comb when my hair is wet. I just use my fingers and oil, so I could just use that.
Exactly.
And it would be perfect. Okay, well, I think I have one more, and I used this for years right after I had cancer, because cancer, as you just said about the iridology, cancer really affected my fingernails and my toenails. It affected my gums and my teeth, my fingernails and my toenails. And what was the other thing you said? The mouth, the nails.
Tongue, eyes, and nails.
Eyes, okay. Yeah, well, my eyes went really bad after I had cancer the first time. And my nails began to be deteriorated. They literally would deteriorate. And so I started using nail teaks. And I'm never going to have long nails. I play keyboard, I play piano. I can't. And I would break a nail just playing Chopin, you know. So,
You can understand that. Chopin's a very difficult piece.
It's pretty rough.
You're not doing jingle bells where it's just like a couple notes.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
So you got me started back using this because just recently I've noticed and it's probably because I'm 63 years old, but as your skin ages and your nails age, they tend to get drier. And so the nail tics has been protecting them. They've not broken since I started using them. And I get up every morning and put one more layer on. Because originally I remember that was what I was taught to do.
Wow.
Put your base coat on and then every morning put one more coat.
Wow.
7 days later, take it all off and start over. So this has really helped my nails. They're nice and strong again. They're not breaking and cracking. And I have ridges too. So it's really helped the ridges.
Okay, and then I have apple cider vinegar. It's just Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I do not go a day, and I will tell you what happened. I do not go a day without apple cider vinegar. I start my morning every single morning with lukewarm water. You have to build your way up. Now I literally could put half a cup and it doesn't bother me, but definitely start like at a teaspoon because
it will bother
it's intense. I put warm water. Like I said, I've done a lot of research. I won't go into the full reasons I put the other ingredients, but I put Celtic salt in it. I put
How much?
Just a sprinkle of Celtic salt because it helps you absorb it into your cells. I put apple cider vinegar. I put a full lemon, an organic lemon, squeeze it all in there, and then I top it off with cayenne pepper. All of those ingredients are for a purpose, but like I said, I'm not going to go into it right now. The apple cider vinegar is huge. The benefits that it has, it says, I'll even read you what it does for you. It wards off flu, dissolves kidney stone, detoxes your body, regulates pH balance in the body, aids with nausea, relieves heartburn, relieves allergy, lower glucose, so for like diabetics, a natural appetite suppressant, helps relieve migraines, helps with sinus pressure and infection, lowers blood pressure, lowers cholesterol, kills cancer cells and slow their growth, produces inflammation, relieves arthritis, gets rid of backup or built up scalp, gets rid of fingernail or toenail fungus, soothes bug bites, and gets rid of warts and clear skin. These are all the benefits of what apple cider vinegar does. And
I
actually
could name a whole bunch more too, because of years of knowing about it and using it after cancer. It was introduced to me because it'll help kill the candida and the yeast in your blood.
Right.
And
that's what a close
fungus.
family member, she actually had cancer, and we took her to a very naturopathic doctor, and she is completely fine, never came back. And they were the reasons that we started this, and dry body brushing. I was going to do that, but I had so many products at that point that I was like, I can't do everything. But also, it's really good for weight loss. That's not why I'm doing it, but it's huge for weight loss. And
because it balances your body.
And it sets your metabolism because it aids in digestion.
And it helps your immune system, and your immune system actually has a lot to do with your weight.
So I told everyone would be like, you eat, because if you've been with me, Dad was so nice one day. And I remember I ate with them like probably the second year of dating, but we hadn't really ate. Roman had like this weird thing, he didn't want to eat with me. Well, good for him, because then he realized the way I ate, and he was like, oh my gosh, this is why I didn't eat with you the first year of dating. But the second year, we started eating obviously with his parents, and I remember we were talking to a pastor, and they're like, do you eat? And Dad's like, oh yeah, she can out-eat us all. And I was like, oh, wow, that's a little rude. But I remember Dad made that comment, and I was like, oh. And they're like, how do you eat? And I do eat so much food. They're like, how do you not gain weight? And I would joke about it, and I'd be like, apple cider vinegar. And I genuinely didn't believe it until quarantine. With quarantine, we had a routine of what we did every day. Well, we got out of routine, so apple cider vinegar was not a part of my routine. I ate like a hippopotamus still during quarantine, but I gained 15 pounds during quarantine, and it was, I know for a fact,
that's
because the apple cider vinegar, only difference was the apple cider vinegar. And when I transitioned back to it, then I started dropping the weight again. I don't do it for that reason, but it really helps.
Right. Well, because when your body's healthy, it'll weigh the right weight. It'll work itself to the right position of weight, balancing your immune system. I noticed all the things that you were listing: immune system, immune system. Arthritis comes from a poor immune system. All inflammation, a poor immune system. So many issues. Fungus even. Fungus in your toes and your hands. And when you get those nail funguses, most of the time that literally comes from a compromised immune system.
Right.
Because your body is telling you, hey, I'm in trouble here. And apple cider vinegar works great. I stopped using it for a while. Immediately knew a difference. Waited too long and started back on it recently in the last 6 months, thank God, before quarantine. And the first thing I noticed was I can't take as much in the beginning. I had to work my way up.
Oh,
like
you
said.
You do.
Especially because my system is more acidic prone to begin with. It's not that that's what happens, but because my cancer was all in my abdominal region, I had to work my way up. So don't start with
it actually helps with acid. It wasn't
does.
so much your acid, it was your past history medically.
Right, exactly.
That your colon wasn't allowing it.
Yeah, it wasn't allowing
Yeah.
it. So it would back
Yeah.
up on me. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, when you start, don't be upset if you can't start with a half a cup. Just start and make sure you dilute it. And that was the other thing I was bad about doing. I didn't
Yeah.
want to dilute it. I'd just take a shot.
And they even have pills of it too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do. So if it's too hard for you to drink it and it makes you gag, just do that.
I noticed they make gummies. I haven't tried those.
I don't believe in gummies.
Yeah, well, they're just sugar.
Yeah, I don't believe in them. So, DJ said, how do you do it? So I will sometimes put a splash in my lemon water, and my question is, should I just slowly increase it to drink more? Yes. Go to what your body allows you to do.
Yeah.
Like I said, I do the Celtic salt. It's a huge thing.
It helps absorb.
Celtic salt is the number one salt. It's the king of all salts for health benefits. And so that's why it helps you absorb, like Mom said about that. And then you had your mascara, and then I had one more thing.
Did, and Tasha's joining us too.
Hi, Tasha.
So nice to see you joining
So this
us
is
today.
our last beauty product. Just one.
I just have one thing that I use every day. Lipstick. I'm not going to go anywhere without it. Why? Because I have dry skin. So my lips are going to be dry if I don't have some kind of lipstick with me. You gave me this one, so it's my newest one, and I really enjoy it because I go through a lot of lipsticks. So it was the prettiest one since I haven't used it that much. But I do like these little pencils. I've always liked these little crayons.
Yeah, you have, like those retractable.
They work good for me. And so that's my last one, lipstick. I don't go anywhere without it.
My last one is not the phone case, but the little sticker that I have. So if you don't believe it, Google it. Do your own research. That's all I'm going to say. It is a real thing. 5G towers are genuinely a horrible thing for your body's cells. It really makes it's called apoptosis. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's what it is. It pretty much makes your cells kill themselves, is what 5G does. So if you come into my house, everyone who knows me knows I'm overly cautious about cell phones, Wi-Fi in my house. I actually don't sleep with it in my room. If anybody comes into my house, I don't let them put it in the kitchen where my food is. I'm overly. I mean, we were about to take off This is how ancient I wanted to be. I wanted no Wi-Fi in our house, but then with quarantine, like, what were we going to do? Just stare at each other? You know,
Right,
so I couldn't do that right now. But
Plus,
when this ends, I'm done with Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But I was figuring out, what can I do in order to protect? Because it's unrealistic for me not to have a phone when I go out for in case of an emergency or something. So I looked it up, and everyone kept saying, if you want something natural, because like I said, marketing is key. They tell you these little stickers will help you. It's not true. Do your research before you buy stuff. This is actually called Shungite. It's a trace mineral that the earth produces naturally. It's the only trace mineral that the earth produces that will shield you against the radiation. So it says it shields you from harmful electromagnetic frequencies by repelling the EMF field emitted from your cell phone. So I put this sticker, it's cute, which is convenient, but that's not why I have this little sticker right behind my phone, because I'm worried about my kids. Like, we've been exposed as much, but my kids, they eat really clean. They've never had like McDonald's a day in their life. They're very, very clean children. And I feel responsible to not expose them to that thing.
Well, you do have to be responsible. You've had a brain tumor. Our daughter died with a brain tumor. You'll never make me believe that all of the stuff in the world, in the air, in the atmosphere, has not contributed to the issues, especially when we lived our life for years like this. Now, I won't even talk on my phone. I haven't in years, not even since Gabrielle. If I put you on speaker and I hold it down here, or I use an earbud, I don't hold this up to my head, not for 20 years.
Yeah, no. So I'm very anti-radiation. We don't even use a microwave in our house, but definitely look into Shungite. They even have big rocks of it that you can put next to your Wi-Fi tower, so it blocks off that EMF radiation that comes towards your house. It's a real thing, guys. I mean, as much as you don't want to believe it, if you do your own research, you'll see it's a real thing.
Can you spell that word?
I'll put it in the description because it's harder here. I can write it in the comments.
Perfect.
So we're gonna close with that.
Margie's with us too. She said, if you guys want a great greens drink, Welco's The Super Elixir is amazing. It's by Ellie McPherson, and it's given me so much energy. I even use it as a pre-workout.
Wow. And then Colby said, I refuse to upgrade to 5G. We don't have an option here in California, and especially in our area, which sucks, as they've placed our towers right around us. Now they even have like a certain distance. I think it's like every mile or 2 miles. They actually put it down here in our area. So I wish that was the case, but that's not the case for us. That's also one of the main reasons I don't even take them to school, is because most of the elementary schools have 5G towers right there. And one of my best friends from Michigan, she is in the medical field, and she said that she was uneasy about it. Long story short, a bunch of the little preschoolers got leukemia, and they linked it to these towers. So let's end on a high note.
Information is king.
Yes,
my people perish for lack of knowledge. So knowledge is important. It's not all coming from the tree of knowledge. It's coming from real knowledge. And when we make wise decisions based upon information.
Right.
So as Stephanie said, do your research. Try things. When you can get a trial of something, try a trial or even a sample before you invest $100 in something.
Right.
And some things are not expensive. And a lot of things you can get on Amazon.
And write down in the comments below what your favorite things that we said today. I want to know what you guys liked. Yeah. And then also write what you would like to see from us as well. We love you guys so much.
We love you. May the Lord bless you and keep you today. Mwah.